Morning, guys. So it's 10 something. Hold on. 10:51, so it's almost 11. I'm still in bed. Mondays and Thursdays, everybody's gone for like the morning, and then Adrian's brother kind of comes back at like 1 or 2. So Max is a very attached dog. He needs to be with people, like needs to, otherwise he like panics and freaks out. So on Mondays and Thursdays I just go upstairs and grab him and bring him down with me, or I stay up there, but I've been kind of coming back to bed. So he is currently asleep next to me. He also sleeps until like 11 or 12 or sometimes 1. I was texting Adrian, and I was thinking, like, I wonder if he actually like sleeps through the night, or if he is sleeping but then is still tired, so he's sleeping more during the day. Yeah. So I emailed my doctor at like 11:30 or something last night, and he hasn't emailed me back. But I think don't quote me on this, but I think on Mondays he might be doing procedures for the morning. I think. Like doing colonoscopies and endoscopies. They do it in the office. So yeah. I'm also just worried to speak to him, because I am worried he's not going to be supportive of running a colonoscopy, or I don't know. But the thing is, when I was diagnosed, which is a little over 3 years ago now, I was diagnosed through a colonoscopy, through the pathology from the biopsy, Okay, so when they did the colonoscopy, so I don't have ulcerative colitis. I have lymphocytic or microscopic colitis. It's the same thing, just 2 different names. So when I was originally diagnosed, we originally thought I had C. diff. I didn't have C. diff. C. diff, if not treated, is completely fatal. It's really bad. I didn't have C. diff, and I knew I didn't have C. diff. But, like, you can get it from being on antibiotics, and so my doctor treated me for C. diff because I had been on antibiotics, but only for 3 days. So it was so unlikely I had it, and I didn't have it. So I had a colonoscopy then to see what was going on, and with ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease, there's visible inflammation. So, like, my colitis versus ulcerative colitis, which is the closest thing, is that, like, my colon, my large intestine, is going to look, it's going to look normal from just viewing it. It's going to look like a normal colon, whereas ulcerative colitis, there are these, like, pockets of inflammation where the tissue is very, very red, sometimes bleeding, and there tends to be, like, a lot of, like, mucus, too, with the bleeding. Max, lay back down. Stop. So, yeah, what was I saying? Okay, so then with my type of colitis, lymphocytic colitis, there is, like, kind of like mucus, but, there's no bleeding. I don't bleed from it, but with somebody that has ulcerative colitis, sometimes you're able to do a CT scan or some sort of scan and be able to see in the scan if there's any inflammation and bleeding. Whereas with mine, the only type of testing you can get is a colonoscopy, and that's the only thing to check for flares and to see if you have it or not. So basically, when I had my colonoscopy 3 years ago, I had 7 biopsies taken, and all 7 showed an extremely high concentration of lymphocytes or white blood cells in my intestinal tissue. So, my immune system is attacking my digestive system for no reason, basically, which is what an autoimmune disease is. So I had a flexible sigmoidoscopy, which isn't a full colonoscopy. It only goes, I think, on like a third or a quarter of your intestines, and I didn't do any colonoscopy prep for it. So what happened, because it was kind of a last minute procedure, is I was brought into an OR, and my GI kind of used a water like a jet to kind of clear off an area and take a biopsy, but he only took one and it came back clear. But that was 10 months ago, which is a long time. This stuff can change. My pathology could change within 4 or 6 weeks. It can change really quickly. So he was basing my remission off of that Flexig, and I need to have one to figure out if I have a colitis flare right now or not. And that is the only way we can start treatment. I take maintenance medication every day for it, but I would have to do low-dose chemo or immunosuppressants if I am in a flare. I don't respond to steroids well, so it's kind of complicated. And I realized today, I was talking to Adrian, and I realized that if you're not in the hospital and they do biopsies and they send the biopsies out, it takes usually a week, and it's usually a couple weeks to get in to get a colonoscopy in the first place. So it could potentially be another month that if I did it outpatient, it could potentially be another month until I get the results and I can start treatment. So I'm hoping he suggests a planned admission because I'll be able to get the pathology report in 2 days. So yeah, there's just a lot going on. I'm not feeling well. I've taken so much medication already. Nothing's really touching anything, and I'm thinking that there might be malabsorption problems because I have that normally, so I'm wondering if it's maybe worse. So we'll see how today goes. I don't know. I'm just worried to speak to him. I don't feel like our relationship is that great anymore, so I'm a little worried. But I'm watching Breaking Bad and just hanging out with Max, and I'll go upstairs and try to do some of my schoolwork in a little bit. I spoke to my GI, and he basically wants to keep waiting for the medication. And I explained this, I think, that I have the extended release version, and then he wanted me to take a different version that my insurance, he sent in 3 times last week, and my insurance kept denying it. So he basically, he said that they are not appealing it, they're they're trying to put it through. I can't think of the right word for it, but they're trying to get the medication to go through. It's not appeal, I can't remember what the word is. Anyway, so he said that he wants me to try that, and then he wants me to try a medication that will slow down my digestive system a little bit and try to get everything functioning normally again. But the issue is, if this is colitis, which I'm almost positive it is, because there's trademark symptoms that differentiate colitis from IBS, and I'm dealing with like the trademark symptoms that, like, you know, this the way that this has been going the past month is basically identical to what happened when I was diagnosed and how sick I got when I was diagnosed. And I either mentioned this in the vlog already this morning or last night, but having ketones in your urine, which came up when I was in the emergency room over a week ago, is a sign that your body's in starvation mode. So this has already been going on, not at the severity it has been in the past week, but this has been going on enough that, you know, my like labs are already showing starvation, like indicators of starvation or whatever. So it's just frustrating because I don't have another doctor to really to go see. This guy I kind of trust for everything, and I'm just kind of like losing it with him. I'm just really frustrated. I'm really pissed off. I feel like I don't have any doctors to really go to anymore because nobody really wants to deal with my case. And you know, if I had just regular ulcerative colitis, I could go to the emergency room and be taken in for it. But the issue is that the type of colitis I have, I end up, whenever I'm in the emergency room, I have to end up explaining it to the doctors, so it's just not a good situation. I really just don't even want to think about all of this for the rest of the night. I'm going to try to get both of the vlogs up because I can't get anything off my camera. I don't know why. I just wanted to update you guys. I'm setting up. The only good thing is that he did agree to continuous fluid, so he's going to send a new prescription for that in, so thank God. But anyway, I just wanted to update you guys. Adrian ordered everybody some stickers. So that one's mine. And that one's mine. And then this one and this one is his. These two are his.
These are 3.
Oh. Oh yeah. I thought they were all one. No, they were connected.
Are they? Oh man.
Yeah, they're connected.
That's lame.
And then these 3 are for his brother. And then this one's for his brother's girlfriend.